After a whole life of conditioning, stressing out about changing in order to accept our bodies, it was always a struggle and a hustle to accept ourselves. It was never enough. We always needed to change. We always needed to get stronger. We always needed to get faster. We always needed to get healthier. But it was all through the lens of toxicity. Because the reason why we needed to get healthy and stronger, it was not about our own connection to ourselves and our body, which is our way of moving in this world. But it was only out of insecurities, out of competition, out of just trying to be someone else, really. It was always about the change and not being enough. Even if you would feel fine, you would still need to struggle and say, I'm not okay yet. And it was always chasing and pursuing something that was illusory. And it was never about how you were feeling in your body. So for many people, working out, it was only because of appearances. It was only because of you would get, and it wasn't even about how you would feel in your body. It was only an external shield in order to impress, in order to feel safe, in order to go on holidays and feel that you could show up in the world in a more elegant way. But all I see there is stress, insecurities, doubts, and the inability to accept yourself. So what I want to talk about is changing the relationship with your body in terms of when there's no more toxic motivation, when you're no longer needing the approval of others. You only need to approve yourself, as I was saying in one of my previous videos. But when it comes to your body, when you don't have that motivation to go work out and to go for a run because that will make you attain a certain goal or an aesthetic kind of pleasing, then how do you regain that life energy, that life force, that prana that would help me regain balance with my body? I see a lot of people after having a spiritual awakening, they kind of give up on the movement. And I think that's totally opposite of what we should be doing. We should be connecting with our bodies and nature. I feel like for some people, it's not everyone, but again, I don't know who this message is for, but if you hear something that resonates with you, please take that and leave the rest aside. So if you're coming from a toxic motivation and from a toxic family environment, or you feel that you were criticized as a kid because of your looks and you would always need to change, the minute you accept yourself and you realize that all of that noise is no longer affecting you, then in a way you lose the motivation to start moving. And this is why I feel we need to make a switch. We need to change how we see things like connecting with your body and working out. So you no longer need to work out because of an outcome of how you will look in the summer or how somebody else would see you, because there comes a time when you realize that you only need to do that to get a strong foundation, to have your vehicle strong and available to move. And we can all heal, we can all transform. So once you let go of a trauma, any dysregulation that you experience, in relationship to your body, maybe your nutrition. You come back to yourself. It doesn't mean that you need to abandon your body and just remain in a state of presence without doing anything else other than meditating. You still need to use your body. You still need to release that excess energy. You still need to function in the world. While we are here, even though we start seeing things differently, we must connect with nature and our bodies again. So if you feel like you're lacking motivation, because before the only motivation was I need to change because I'm not good enough, I need to change because I don't like the way I look, I need to change because I don't fully accept myself. This is the time to just reconnect with your body and start enjoying activities. See how you get triggered in a good way, how you feel an urge to do certain activities. Just go out in the sun, just go for a walk, then do a little run, try and make a cartwheel or do something. And if you're coming out of an injury, then it's really important to see yourself without any limitations further. If you are experiencing something that is painful, you need to know that it's only temporary and you'll get there. So you need to envision yourself being able to do the things you love and letting go of when that happens or how, but just remaining available. Because when you start opening up to possibilities and opening your heart, you'll see that life has so much energy for you when you allow it. You have it all of the time, but sometimes we feel like blocking, and sometimes we are blocking it. So it's not that we don't have the energy, but we are trying to push against the energy with a block. So we need to release those blocks. If you start working out, for example, and you start listening to those voices saying, I'm not gonna push that hard because when I was pushing hard, then it reminds me of all this trauma. Your body has so many memories. So in order to heal, we need to accept ourselves as we are and move as we are with what we have today. Just do something small today. Now, actually, you can pause this video, go for a 2-minute walk and come back. Lift some weights, go skateboarding, go play tennis, football, whatever you want to do. But don't feel that you only do certain activities because you need to achieve something, because it's gonna take you to another level when it comes to progressing or developing as a human being. Because we are perfect as we are. We are only alive and moving and being in this present moment. So when you merge that with physical activity, you also use your body as a way of exploring the world. Everything is new again, so you are lucky enough to be able to see the world, to listen. And if you're having some issues, I would say that is an opportunity in order to see that we can heal, and maybe we needed to stop. Sometimes if we are in autopilot, doing a lot of things, not being conscious, we have an accident or we have some issue that won't let us keep doing what we were doing before. Let's say you were training for a marathon, or you were working out 5 times a week in excess, or you were doing something that felt really intense and pushed. Sometimes that thing that happens to us is because we really truly needed to reconnect with ourselves and then start moving from that space and not in autopilot. Sometimes these things are warning signs. But the main thing is being able to connect with yourself and move physically from that space without an agenda. So how to find motivation again after years of struggling with self-worth, struggling with discipline, struggling to only doing things because of an outcome and because of insecurities and out of fear of being judged or compared to somebody else. Again, the easiest way to regain your vitality is to connect with yourself. You, the one who's hearing this, I know you can feel who yourself is. It's not the fear, it's not the part that feels judged, it's not the one comparing itself, it's not the one who looks for validation. It's what remains after all of that is gone. It's the one who can travel the world with open eyes, open to new possibilities, with an open heart of receiving and flowing. And imagine you're carrying this bag, and this bag has the weight of all of the opinions of others, family, friends, colleagues, schoolmates, books, internet, something you heard. And you take that, you can do this with me just now. Close your eyes. Feel the weight of that bag. All the opinions, all what they had to say about you. They didn't know your true self. They were just reflecting their own insecurities. And they were pushing hard because they wouldn't feel enough. And sometimes people wouldn't even take care of themselves, but they would criticize you because of how they would reflect. Imagine the weight of the bag. And now you're gonna take one of the sides off. And you're gonna breathe and feel that side lighter. Now you're gonna take the other side. You're gonna breathe and feel both shoulders without the weight. Now you're gonna drop it. You're gonna drop that bag and you're gonna remain in this light. Now you're gonna feel your body in a more subtle way. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna sense it. You're gonna start embodying your own self, not what they had to say about you. You can do this exercise as many times as you like, but just take that weight off. Thoughts will come, bodily sensations will keep appearing, but you'll recognize them. Anytime you feel, oh, that's actually not coming from me, that's coming from a childhood wound, or somebody in my adolescent, a partner, or I don't know. Just take off that bag again. You can do it as many times as you please. And accept your body. And the more you accept it, the more you integrate your body. The more energy it will give you back. The more it will feel. The more it will heal. So my invitation for today is for you to take at least 5 minutes and do any movement you're able to do without all this baggage. So take the bag off and do it. Jump, run, move your toes, whatever you can do. Anything is fine to start. Connect with your body again, but not from a toxic place. Connect with the real body. Because this is an instrument for the divine to flow through, and we need to have that available. I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments if you want, how did you feel with this exercise? And remember, all of the external noise, you can drop it. And remain here. See you next time.